Hi kids, Ajam here, dressing up a little bit as you can see even though I'm at home. Anyway, so this specific clip is about MRE or meal ready to eat. This clip I made for no particular class. It's just that it would be a topic that coming up a lot when we are talking about food technology, food science, and even food packaging or food packaging design. Okay, so I made this clip in the hope that you guys will get to watch and rewatch it, and every time that you learn something new about food science / food packaging, or even just packaging technology, or even just material science, you will come to appreciate more of the knowledge that I put into this clip. There are lots of technology / invention packed into this bag, and as you can see, this bag is not small at all. It's actually bigger than my face. But the thing is though, this bag, the size and the shape of it, actually designed to fit into a pocket in a cargo pants. So the cargo pants are actually the normal clothing that the US personnel wear when they are out in the field or in the, like during war or something like that. So basically, yes, this one will fit in the pocket. And imagine this one is actually from one meal. They're supposed to have 3 meals a day. Okay, so we will just get to see the outside of this bag first, and then we will try to look into the inside and also the food. Normally though, this would be the time where I will just give this to you, and then we will just, you'll get you have a chance to touch it, to tear it yourself, and then to look into everything, and we'll get to test it together. But under an unusual circumstance, I would be the one who doing everything for you, and hopefully in the future we'll get a chance to explore it in real life together. Okay, so first, the outside, size and shape, good packaging design. I've already told you that. Now I would like to direct your attention to the seal area. Okay, now the seal area here. As you can see that the seal is not exactly a straight line. We actually have partial straight line here, and then the peak here in the middle, and then straight line goes. Okay, so these features here are what we call a stress concentrator. Now this stress concentrator is actually help facilitate whoever want to tear into this bag, make it easier for them to tear. Now before I try to do this, I would like to again stress that this is actually from a US military personnel, meaning that I'm pretty sure all of them are a lot bigger than me and a lot stronger than me. So I will try this here on video. But if I cannot do it, it doesn't mean that this thing is malfunction. It's probably just because me or I am not exactly a target consumer. So I'm tearing it. Okay, now here it's actually starting to separate, right? This one is actually easier. See? Okay, now done. Okay, so this is like I said, it's actually make it easier for when we want to tear into this bag. Now let's see what's in this bag. Now you can see, so this is the inside of that. Let me get all of them out for you now. So this is how they put together the content in the bag, right? And I actually forgot to tell you or to point out that when they package the content into the bag, they actually use vacuum packaging technology, right? You might recall earlier that the outside of the bag are actually stick to the content inside, so it means that they use vacuum packaging technology for that. Now the reason why they're actually packing this into a big lump together is because this whole thing, when you putting it all together like this, the structure overall is actually a lot stronger than each of them being separate, right? So imagine that this content and this bag will have to be distributed to the front line in the field for the military personnel. So it means that it would have to encounter what we call a distribution hazard. Particularly in this case is mechanical frost. So basically this mechanical frost would be subjected to the bag, right? So it means that if the inside is strong, it make it harder for the mechanical frost to break the content inside, and that's the reason, one of the reason why they're doing it like this. The other reason being that it's actually save space, right? Because it's squeezed together, so it's actually minimize the shape and size of the bag. Before I go there, here actually, I would like to point out that this is actually menu 11. I believe they have a total of 24 menu, and this one is number 11. It's called vegetable crumbles with pasta in taco style sauce. Okay, now we'll see how that looks. Now this is the content of the bag, right? Let me pull up the menu for you all. Now this one is, oh okay, so it's a vegetable taco pasta. That's what it said here, actually here. Okay, now, and this one, okay, we'll skip this one. We will also skip this one first, and then we'll skip this one too. Now the next one is crackers. Okay, crackers. Next is chunky peanut butter, and then it's a cran raspberry flavor candy bar. Now this one is the best. If you get a hands on one of these, you need to try it. Okay, this one is jalapeno cashews. Okay, and this one is mango peach applesauce. Okay, I'm okay with applesauce, I'm okay with mango, I'm okay with peach. I'm not really sure how it would taste mixed together. Okay, now this one is actually, it happens to be the only one of the packages content that actually have the content that have a ziplock on it. Okay, so this one is French vanilla cappuccino instant powder. Okay, and it has the shape of a bottle. Okay, so the remaining 4 things is this one, a spoon of course, and also transparent bag contain a lot of knickknacks. What I see here is actually a moist towel. Okay, it's actually, oh, I'm pretty sure they have, okay, this is hot sauce in here. Okay, chili and lime hot sauce. Okay, and they also have paper towel here. Okay, and also a beverage base raspberry type 3. That's what it said here. So this one is also good. Okay, and they also have chewing gum. Okay, so the last one is actually a flameless heater unit. Let me show you how the flameless ration heater works. Now we're supposed to use this to heat the content here. It's vegetable taco pasta here. Okay, taco style pasta, whatever it is called. Now, so basically what you need to do, there is also an instruction to follow. Now, so the first thing that they want us to do is to tear off the bag. Okay, so here, okay, now, let me tear it off. Okay, now this is good. Okay, okay, the next thing that I need to do is to kind of semi-remove this. So this is, as you can see, there's a lot of chemical compound in here, and this is the where the magic happens, so to speak. Now, so this one, they want us to move it to the top, right? Okay, to the top here. Okay, and then put the food that you wanted to heat inside the bag. Okay, let me try on that one. Doesn't really matter. Yeah, anyway, okay, put it in there. This is still recording. Okay, good. Now, so once I have that, right, I'm supposed to hold this and then put the water to between this line. Okay, now I'm going to do this off camera because I couldn't move it, but I'm putting the water inside the bag. Okay, it's a little bit hard to do in front of the camera. Okay, I'm doing it. Okay, can you see it here? Yeah. Let me put it down really slowly. Ooh. Now it's done. Okay. Okay, I might be. I actually overflow it a little bit. It's supposed to be around between this line, but you know what, close enough. So I'm putting this one together, okay, and then now this content are supposed to be in the back, and there's bottle here. Now what I should do next is to fold this, okay, and then let the water actually mix with the heating unit here. Okay, so this is when the chemical reaction would where the chemical reaction would happen. Now this part of the unit I supposed to assemble it like this. So make it into like a paper holder, okay. So once it's set here, so once I put the water in here, I supposed to fold the top part down, okay, and then put this unit in the paper holder. Okay. Put that in the paper holder. Now I'm putting it like this. Now it is also said in the back that you're supposed to put it somewhere that have like the incline angle of 45 degrees, you know. So I'm doing just that. So I'm putting it away and then find something to, you know, for this to sit on. It would look like that, okay. And then we'll move on to something else first, because this is going to take around 15 to maybe 20 minutes for it to heat up. Okay, I'm moving it somewhere. Okay, yeah, now I have it. Now let's see what we have in here. This one is, okay, it's called energy bar. It's just candy bar. Now let me get to the inside for you. There's here's another thing, but since you wouldn't be able to touch it really, but the thing is, this bag is actually a lot thicker than the bag of the same type, made from the same type of materials that we would see in the normal market, or the market for like real life use, everyday use, okay. And this one is actually inside is a candy bar, okay. So you might be able to see that this bag is really thick. I mean, you can, but I'm telling you, it's actually a lot thicker than the same type of bag that normally see in the market. Now, so this one is actually a fruit candy bar, okay. I can taste that for you. It is good. I wish you are here with me to taste it. It is really good. Now, anyway, so this one is a candy bar. It actually have all the required information and much more. Basically, because with this type of product, information is everything, right? You need to make sure that you list down everything possible that everybody needs to know. Not everybody, but the soldier needs to know for this particular product. What kind of things that they put in here, how much energy this one's supposed to give you, and even how to consume it, or things like that. Because you know, there might be something that people are allergic to, which instead of dying from the bullet, they're probably dying from food allergy, which is bad. So anyway, candy bar, this is good. Now, the things that you need to know: how thick the packaging really is, how difficult it is for me to tear into it. Now there is the reason for that. The reason for that is that because this thing is supposed to last, the whole MRE is supposed to last around 2 maybe 3 years, depending on where they keep it actually, the temperature and also the relative humidity that they use to keep the resin, right? If it's higher temperature, of course the shelf life would be down. But basically, if kept under a standard condition, their standard condition is supposed to last 5 years. Oh, sorry, 3. So basically this one would have to last that long. The packaging would have to last that long, and it has to have a very good barrier properties to protect the product inside to last just as long. So 3 years. Okay. So this one, that's why it's really thick and it's really hard to tear apart. Meaning that because it's hard to tear apart, you can tell that it's also hard for the mechanical damage to occur, because it's gonna be harder to puncture, it's gonna be harder to tear, to to compress, those kind of things. So basically it's good in terms of protecting your product. Yeah. And that's why all of these packaging are really thick. Okay, next up, crackers. Okay, the downside of using vacuum packaging is that it might have a crushing effect, meaning that it's not actually suitable for a food that has fragile structure, and crackers actually are one of them. But you will see later on that the structure of this cracker are somewhat harder than usual. Okay, now the reason why they're trying to pack a cracker into a vacuum packaging is because they want to make sure that it's actually like stronger structural wise, the combination of the packaging and also the structure in there, the crackers in there, so make this unit actually stronger mechanical properties wise. Okay, so that's why they're doing it. And when you are using vacuum packaging, you actually kind of extend shelf life of the food because you get rid of all the air surrounding the product, right? Okay, that's it. Now let me tear in this one for you. Are we still on camera? Okay, yeah. I need to keep checking it because there's an incident that I actually talking to myself for a good half an hour and the camera isn't on. Okay, now, so you might be able to tell that this structure are really, really tough to tear into. Okay, now, here it is. Okay, this one again thick. The other thing about vacuum packaging and the packaging that we use for vacuum packaging technology is that when we try to use vacuum packaging or any material for food, normally the food that has sharp edges like this one are not suitable for vacuum packaging, basically because the structure would be close to the surface of the food, right? So if the structure is actually close to the sharp edge, they might puncture the packaging, and it actually would not extend the shelf life of the food. It would have the opposite effect, meaning that it will decrease the shelf life of the food. But because they make this structure really thick and really strong, you can tell that this is a very thick plastic. If you see the same structure on the food on the market, I dare you to try to separate this, and then you see that it's very flimsy, a lot flimsier than this one, and it would be really like a lot thinner. So basically this is a very good structure, very strong structure, and very good barrier properties, and that's exactly why they can use it with the food that have sharp edges. Okay, so it's too strong for the food to break it, so to speak. Now this is the crackers that I was telling you about. Now this one. Okay, you will see that these crackers is actually probably a little bit too white for your liking. It actually smells a little bit like raw dough, basically because they would if you taste it, I actually tasted it earlier, I tasted it many times, I can tell you it would give you the feel of an underbaked product, basically because, like I said, they want the structure to be strong, right? Fragile food will get crushed by vacuum packaging, and we didn't want that. So basically this thing, I think they probably underbake it a little bit, or probably have to adjust the formula to make the dough kind of stronger, make the structure stronger, so give the impression of underbake. Will not recommend. but you can try it. I wish you can try it. No, I wouldn't wish that on anyone, but yeah. Now let's move on to another one. Now this one is jalapeno cashews. Okay, like I said, I try many MREs, you know, because I teach a lot. So I can tell you, I like this one, but I can also tell you based on my experience sitting around with students that is it still on? Okay, that a lot of kids did not like it. Okay, again, welcome packaging. Okay, here. Ooh. I like it. Most of you might not. So this is the inside of the jalapeno cashew. They have a lot of herbs in here, and it's kind of spicy, as the name suggested. And the cashew are actually a little bit tough. But like I said, it's the same case as crackers, right? I probably insert some kind of a close-up photo for you later on for you to appreciate it. Okay. Now again, note the packaging and how tough it is. Okay. Good barrier properties is everything for this product. The next one, it's here. Mango, okay, mango, peach, and applesauce. Because I love you, I'm going to try it for you. I'm not actually enthusiastic about this one, not at all. I can tell mango and peach. Okay, try it. Okay, I'm just going to try this one for you. Now, spoon. Let me get that out. Okay. Okay. And then applesauce. Now you can tell that the way that they design packaging is actually they want it to be more like a bottle, right? So this one is more like a bottle. So you can just, you know, tear this top off, and then you can just do that too. And then you can also do this, okay? Now, perfect. Now let me try that one for you. Ooh. Okay, here is the applesauce. Okay, let's see. Did you see it? Okay, here. I also would have an insert for you. It's a no for me. Okay, next. Now, next one. This is a chunky peanut butter. Okay. Now this chunky peanut butter, again, it would have it is packed in a very tough packaging. Shoot. Okay, now let me squeeze that out for you. Okay, I need to consult the camera here. You can tell by this appearance that this peanut butter is really viscous, like a lot more viscous than normal peanut butter. One word, AW. And actually a little bit saltier than normal peanut butter too. So another word, salt, right? So salt content, AW. Preservation of food, yeah. Now this one, but it is good. Okay, now sorry about that. Now next one is French vanilla cappuccino instant powder. Now I point out earlier that this one is actually the only bag that has Ziploc feature, right? The reason being that when we try to do packaging design, this reclosable or resealable feature would actually advise for the product that wouldn't be like for one-time consumption. So we can tell by this design that they want this to last for longer than 1 meal or for more than 1 drink, right? So basically they design this in a way that the soldier can just mix the water with the instant cappuccino in here and then keep it for later, like drinking when they're on patrol or something like that. Now I'm speaking military. Okay, so what I will do next is to, of course, tear this top part off and then put the water here. Okay, here's another thing. If you been around in the food science and technology field long enough, you would recognize that most of the time when it comes to powder beverage, this powder beverage, most of the time, the things that would actually make it possible for you to mix and then put it in, make it into a smooth liquid, so to speak, right, without any sediment, is to use hot water. Now this one you can use both hot and cold water, which is amazing. That is an invention in and of itself, because most of the time this powder would have to be mixed with hot water in order for it to dissolve completely, but this one you don't have to. Okay, now so I'm tearing this one and then I'm putting the water around here. Might have to do that off camera again. Okay, it smells good. You cannot see the content though, which is bad. Okay, so I'm putting it water here. Okay, done. Now I'll mix that well and then we wait for that to dissolve for a little bit. Okay, let me show you this. Okay, now this thing is actually heating up. Okay, I will post the link to the mechanism of a flameless ration heater. There are actually multiple designs and there are many ways that you can actually generate heat using a chemical reaction, and this is just one of them. Okay, I found this really cool article on the review of different flameless ration heater, and I think you guys might want to read it. But this one is actually also heating the food up using a chemical reaction. Now this thing is really hot, so I'll just leave it here for a little bit. You will start to see actually some water here, right? It's actually a condensation. So basically this thing is heating up already. Okay, I'm still mastering this, you know, the online course thing, but it's still a work in progress. Now this one, okay, let's see how it looks. Now it should do, this is around, I don't know, 15 minutes already. So I check it a little bit and then I left it for, you know, for a while and then I came back. Now with this, so I am a sucker for, you know, all things glasses. So I've been looking for the chance to use this one. So I'm just going to pour some of this in here. Okay, and then we'll see how that looks. Before I do that though, I'll just let this sit in a little while. I just need to make sure that I review everything here already before we move to eat the remaining of the food. Ooh, this. Okay, now let me get that. So this one is the applesauce, right? A mango peach applesauce. Okay, but yeah, it's an applesauce. Okay, and this one is packaging for crackers. Okay, and I don't know why I'm whispering, but this one. Okay, okay, so this is the bag, right? Notice the colors. Okay, very neutral, very camouflagey, right? And of course opaque. Now the reason why it is opaque is because, of course, this one's supposed to be opaque because it consists of aluminum foil. So basically there is no way this can be transparent, but this one is just plastic, and oh, a very thick plastic. a very strong plastic bag, like very strong. Right. So yeah, one word: mechanical properties, preventing mechanical damage. Okay. Now this again, back to this. Okay. Now this is, notice the color, right? When you are in the war and you try to eat your food, you don't want to get killed because your bag is really bright in color, like yellow, red, blue, right? You wouldn't want your enemy to spot it like miles away. So basically, this is why the colors are like this. So again, packaging design at its finest. Actually, at its finest when it comes to MRE. I can review a packaging design for this like this. Now, this is actually the only transparent bag that we have in the bunch. Like I already established. Oh well, apart from, you know, the bag for this one too, spoon. So basically, there are two bags that are actually transparent, while the other things is actually opaque. But this one, the reason why it is transparent is because first, all they really want is for something to hold these things together, right? And intact and in the bag. So basically, they just use the cheapest plastic that they can find. And this thing is like all the knickknacks, all the you might call it necessity, but it might not be a necessity at all. So basically, what they want you to want to happen here is to something to group the product inside together, and also something that the consumer would get to see before they decided if they want to open the bag or not. Because if they saw all of this in here and they said, well, I'm not going to need it right now, then they don't need to use it. But let's just, you know, tear into this thing. Okay, so now we have chili and lime hot sauce. Okay, so you know, if the vegetable taco style pasta isn't hot enough, add this. Okay, and this one is, like I said, a wet paper towel, which is not paper at all, it's actually plastic, but they call it paper towel. And this one is just a paper towel, a dry paper towel. That's it. Okay, dry paper towel. And then you have salt and iodized salt, and everything here is already salty, but yeah, they have iodized salt again. And also chewing gum. You know, I can tell by experience, not myself, but a lot of kids were really quick to ask if they can taste this, and I can tell you 10 out of 10 kids told me that it is too hard for you to chew this, because, you know, one word, AW. Now this one is actually really good. It's beverage based, raspberry type 3. I already show you this one. Now this one is one of the other things that they recommend for you to put in to mix with a bottled water, and then you can just carry it around in the field too. I'll show you how it looks later on, probably in the still that I put as an insert later on, because this thing is good. Okay, so now I think we check everything. Oh, okay, let's take a look at what inside of this one. Now I'm just going to put that in here. Let's see if I can put all of them. Okay, so I'm putting them here. Okay, I actually can pull all of it here. So as you can see, this is why we study innovation. You want the instant cappuccino that you can put hot water and cold water, and it will be dissolved like 100%, and this is it. You know, it's good content right here. I'm not going to drink it all. Like I said, I drank that many times. It was good. Okay, now come to the last one. Okay, time to review the last one. Before I, you know, show you the hidden content inside, I will direct you to the packaging or the paper holder here. See, they have all of the listed ingredients. Okay, so this whole thing is an ingredient list. Like I said, long shelf life, you know, a lot of compound that make food last longer, you know. And the reason why they need to declare all of it is because some people might be allergic, sorry, to some of the content here. So communication here is everything, okay, in order for to keep the people safe. Now they also have nutrition facts, okay, and then I'll post this close up of this later on, but I would like to direct you to this content right here, okay. It's actually said if you can eat all the food in the ration, first eat some of each component to get a balance of nutrients, okay. Eat the high carbohydrate item first, being crackers, beverage base, fruit and jelly, okay. Save unopened dry snack items to eat when you are on the move. Now that is the reason why they have jalapeno cashew, right? They have a candy bar, and they also have crackers, because all of this is actually dry. And the word dry is actually associated with what? Low AW, and in terms of shelf life and packaging and distribution, also associated with the word lightweight. Means that all of this is actually really easy to carry, more convenience, okay. So eat the things that kind of heavy and also rich in carbohydrate first, and if you can keep some of them, keep the dry stuff. Now it's time to reel this thing. So it's actually really hot, so I'm just going to get the bag out from here, and then I'm just going to wipe it with a towel first, and then I'm coming back to you and then show you what inside, okay. So I cleaned this thing up already. Right now it's still a little bit hot. It's actually not hot, it's actually warm, right? Here's the thing, if you ask me, okay, if you are during war, like in a war zone, do you actually need to eat heated food? We actually don't need to, but I think everybody wants heated food. It's kind of remind you of home, right? So that's actually one of the reasons why we have this thing in the first place. I mean, even though you are in the middle of the war, it doesn't mean that you have to sacrifice that much. So that's I guess that's exactly why we have the flameless ration heater, okay, just to remind you of a little bit of peace of home. Okay, so anyway, and now I'm getting sentimental even though I'm not at war. Okay, so this thing, right, let me carry it here. Okay, here I'm just going to get the food out. Is it still on? Okay. I have that fear. Now I'm tearing this thing. Okay. Ooh. Now we did good here. So let me get the what's looking there. And also I'm going to post the insert of this. Right. Okay, so this is the inside of the bag. It's the vegetables taco style pasta. I can tell that there is a pasta and probably black bean and all that stuff. So this is how it looks, okay. And I can tell you that it is good. I mean, at least I like it, but some of the kids actually don't like it. A lot of them that not really like a lot food with herbs doesn't like this one, but I actually love it. I can tell though, and I'm going to tell you before I eat this one and saying goodbye to you all, that man, it smells really good. But okay, so what I'm going to tell you is that it is really salty. The reason why it is really salty, again, is the salt content, right? But this one here is actually being sterilized. So basically the factors that they use, also used to preserve this food, is actually what? High heat, right? And a good packaging, airtight packaging, okay? And also high salt content. And you'll see later on in the insert that this one is a little bit, the sauce is a little bit thicker than pasta sauce that you would be familiar with in the restaurant, basically because they want to reduce an AW, and they want to reduce the moisture. They want to reduce AW because they want to preserve the food. They want to reduce the moisture because they want to reduce the weight of the whole content, just to make sure that it's more convenient for the soldier to carry the food, things like that. Okay, now before I eat that, like I said, right, I guess that's about it. Let me see, I think I cover everything, and I'm going to leave you with my image of me eating this one all by myself in the room far away from you, and hope that you actually getting some more knowledge in this clip. And then I'll see you sometime at school sometime in the future, hopefully in the near future. Bye.